Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Phantasy Calradia, Faith Edition. Now, when we left off, we were located just outside Uruma Castle, and I had decided to try to find a ransom broker. Now, I do believe I have found one. As you can see here, we are losing 1,700 dinars every single week, which is not great, but... Oh. Please let him be here still? Because I headed in just a minute ago just to check if there was a ransom broker, and then I got my weekly budget, and I'm hoping that he's still here. Oh my. I don't think he's still here. Oh, that would be sad. That would be very sad indeed, because I was really hoping to be able to show you how much money we're actually able to attain from the prisoners that we have in our prisoners' hold here. Look at this! We have so many Vedmaks and Hero Monks and Knights. Okay. Well, whatever the case, maybe he has gone over to Cherise. So let's go over there, and we'll check that out. Maybe? No. 2 companions here, but I'm not going to be taking any more. It's getting a little bit out of hand, I do believe. Okay. So, where is the closest town to us? Cuba. Let's go to Cuba, and we'll see whether there's a ransom broker over there. We'll cut away for this, so that we have a little bit more of a streamlined viewing experience. But as you can see here, the Kingdom of Vagias are already offering us a sum of 11,800 dinars for King Yaroghlek. We are going to be accepting that, because I don't want to reduce my honor rating any further than it already is. And so, I will see you once we arrive at Cuba. Okay, so lucky enough we were able to find the ransom broker at Cuba, so that is great. There's another companion here, but I don't believe we'll be taking her either. But yes, without further ado, let us speak to him. Yes, I have prisoners... Oh, no. Yes, I have prisoners to sell. Yes, wonderful. As you can see here, 10 Vedmaks. Each one is 816. So... watch my money go up. Oh yeah, look at that. 21,000 to 29,000. And then these hero monks don't sell for that much, but still a pretty reasonable sum. And then we have some knights here, not that much either. And veterans and horsemen. So we now have 32,300 dinars. That is very nice. And as a result, we are quite close to the 4 ways in, are we not? Well, I wouldn't say quite close, but we are closer, shall we say, than we were before. So I'm going to head over there. I'm actually going to pay another 10,000 into the Gnomish Bank, and then we're going to be in a very good spot indeed, because that is going to continue to give us money, or at least it's going to continue to save money. And then, upon revolting against the Blazing Hand, and indeed overthrowing Grandmaster Tenalia and doing what we see fit with our own faction, I think that would be a very nice nest egg to have. So we're going to be heading over there, and hopefully being able to increase our savings. As you can see here, we already have 18,000, and I don't believe I've actually had the money in there that long, so I think this is actually quite lucrative. Quite a good way to get money, although, saying that, getting enterprises is a good idea, but of course you do have to worry about the fact that if that faction decides to declare war on you, then you're going to have obviously quite a bit of difficulty. But let's see here. I think I want to make a deposit. I want to deposit 10,000 more. There we are. Thank you very much. Oh yes, there we go. Okay, so I think what we might want to do now is speak to Tardareth. I do believe Tardareth is the... yes, is the merchant here. So what are we going to buy here? Well, one of you did actually mention that there is a hammer here. I do believe a hammer that scales with your honor rating. At the moment, my honor rating is pretty terrible, but maybe we'll be able to find it. The Dwarven Thrower or the Healer's Ring? What does the Healer's Ring do? That will cause every friendly warrior near it, including the wielder, to slowly regenerate. Oh my goodness. I need this, but it's 40,000 dinars. Oh my, a bit too much. Ah, the Holy Avenger. I believe that is the one. So let's click on that. Oh my. No. Okay. Oh, it's... ah, it's this sword. Oh, it's a sword, so it's not a hammer. My apologies. It is forged of the finest steel and holy water. and then blessed by the mightiest priests of Torm. Take into account that much of its power will come directly from its owner, so the more honorable its owner, the more powerful it will become. Any evil creature that is struck by it will be harmed by the blade and by holy magic. Such a magnificent weapon will only leave my hands for the ridiculous amount of 44,000. Ouch. Okay, well, in time, I do believe I will be able to get that. So, without further ado, let's actually make our way back to our land. And as you can see here, I did actually just recruit a couple more units because obviously we needed to get a few more. And now, I want to increase his athletic skill a little bit more, I do believe. And then we will speak to Jeremus, who is, of course, our... Wait a minute. Who is, of course, our medic. So, let's get a little bit more in intelligence, and we'll get some in shield, and we'll also get some in iron flesh. Try and make him a little bit harder to kill, because at the moment he is dying a little bit too fast for my liking. And there we have it. Okay, so those monks and foot dwarves will be leveling up on the travel back to our territory here. I am going to be taking on some more Vagia units. I do have quite a lot of Inquisitors in Uruma Castle's garrison now. We have about 60? Do we not have 60? I think so. It was a while ago that I did some progress on this, so yeah, do forgive me if I have forgotten, but yes, I did think that it would be a good idea to recruit a couple more so that they can level up when we do some battles against the Vagia vassals. Oh, yes, and I must also mention that the Blazing Hand has made peace with the Kingdom of Rhodoks. That actually happened a while ago, so yes, we don't have too many options in who we are going to be attacking nowadays. So let's head on. We'll try and find a Vagia vassal. Maybe we could try and find King Yaroghlek again. That would be pretty amazing if we could be able to take him prisoner again, as he did sell for a huge amount. We are losing a lot of dinars each week, but I think we might actually be purchasing another dye works at some point. I think that would be quite good. There's King Yaroghlek. I'd like him to come outside and play, but I don't think he's going to. I think he's just going to stay in there and chill out, because at the moment he only has 57 units under his command. So, a little unfortunate, but what can you do? He's going to be rejuvenating quite easily, I do believe. So, let's try to lure as many vassals as we can. So I'm going to run by these villages and let people know that I'm around here, and then they might turn up. So, without further ado, I am going to be cutting away, and upon one of the vassals finding me, or me finding one of them, I will cut back. Okay, so I found some skeletons. Now I know what you're thinking, this isn't really a vassal difficulty fight, is it? No, well, that's very true, but I do think that I would like to be able to level up the various novices and monks that we have in our party at the moment. So I think this is going to be fine, because there are 90 of them. There are 90 skeletons here, and we can test out our turn undead spell once again, which would be actually quite fun, because it's been a while since we've been able to use that. We have not been in battle with any undead or demonic units for quite some time. So I think it would be quite good. Hopefully we'll be able to make good use of it, because I don't have a horse anymore, so I don't have to be cumbersome when it comes to dismounting and so forth. But yes, I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to attain a good victory here. But these guys, they don't have anything to lose, so if many of them get kills on our fellows here, then we're going to be in a pretty bad spot. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. I'm going to just heal before we head in here. Make sure that all of our units are at the greatest possible positioning, and then we're going to be heading in ourselves and doing some damage. Now, I'm just going to be killing them normally with our normal attacks until we actually get in there. Ow. Okay. Chill. Relax. Okay. Turn on dead spell. Okay, that actually didn't do anything because one of my Nord Huskals behind me killed all of the units that were actually around, but that's a little bit unfortunate, is it not? Okay. Well, yeah. One enemy remains. That is actually it. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but I suppose we can heal ourselves so that we don't need to rest a little bit afterwards. And there we go. Blazing Hand Knight was able to sweep up that last heavy skeleton warrior. And we gained a little bit of renown, but we are able to take a lot of loot, which is excellent. As you can see, we ran all the way from over here down here. They led us on quite a grand pursuit, that is for sure. So let's see. Hopefully I'll be able to find a couple more. And so, I will see you soon. Okay, once again, we have found some skeletons, but this time around, they have some prisoners, which is exactly what we want to see, so that we'll be able to very easily recruit them, and indeed add them to our garrison. So if we so desire, we can take them out, and hopefully along with our 100 Inquisitors, eventually have 100 Inquisitors of course, then we'll be able to put them in the garrison while we run around with 100 Inquisitors, and we'll hopefully do damage to the Blazing Hand, and then head on from there. So let's see how our unit's doing at the moment. Not too bad. I do need to get my Spiritual Hammer out. That would be a pretty reasonable idea, wouldn't it? So let's bless everyone as much as possible, and hopefully I'll be able to use my Turn Undead spell this time. Oh, it's actually on cooldown, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but what can you do? We still have the mighty power of our Spiritual Hammer here, and hopefully I won't get taken out too easily here. I am actually dying quite considerably, however, so let's just try to heal our units. We're going to play a supportive role in this particular fight, by the looks of things. That is a little unfortunate, I gotta say, but... oh, there we are. We are actually able to take out that fellow. That's pretty nice. So, come on. Take him out. Veteran also needs experience, after all. Not just his units. There we are. Oh, yeah, there we go. Take him down. Excellent. Okay, heal. Heal as much as we can. Okay, we need to take out their archers, I think. They're probably doing more damage than any of the melee units. Come on, take them down. Yes. Oh, wow, that's actually a heavy skeleton warrior? I did not realize that the heavy skeleton warriors had bows. Okay, that's a pretty nice revelation right there. Okay, well, we are fine, and yeah, it appears that we only have 3 enemies remaining. So, I'm not entirely sure whether we'll be able to finish this up. I would like to, because of course they do have 37, I do believe, 37 prisoners, and some of those prisoners are actually pretty cool. Now, one of you did mention in the comments that the best units to take are the Elven units, apparently. The Elven Hawkeyes are apparently the best unit in the entire mod, so if I am able to rescue some of those and place them in the garrison, then that is definitely the way to go. And that brings me to the other point. How are we going to be able to take, or indeed capture, any of the elven cities or castles if they have 20 Hawkeyes or whatever? Because those Hawkeyes, according to you, are so powerful that they're able to take out 50 units within a couple of shots. Well, not shots, but you know what I mean. A couple of minutes, shall we say. Not even minutes, maybe. Maybe just a minute. That would be pretty impressive, to say the least, but yes. I am actually looking forward to doing some battles against the Elven units, even though we already have attacked some of their vassals, or at least one of them, perhaps. But, yeah, I would like to see those Hawkeyes in action, that is for sure. You've talked them up so much that I would really love to see them, but, yeah, we'll see whether these guys have the prisoners. They have some Elven fighters, and that is it. Oh, and an Elven Forest Runner as well. Well, let's hope. Maybe they'll level up into Elven Hawkeyes, but I think it will probably take quite some time. So that's unfortunate, but we are able to take quite a few of these prisoners. And, of course, we did gain a pretty reasonable amount of experience for our unit as well, which is good. And we can sell all of this loot too. So let's just take a look. Oh my goodness, we're not in a good place. No, we're not in a good place at all, as you can probably see there. We don't have any food remaining apart from one piece of bread. So let's make our way incredibly quickly to the nearby elf forest town. Oh, it's actually quite far away. Oh my. Okay, well, what can you do? We're just going to be heading down there. Please don't run out of food. Oh, yes, we've run out of food. Okay, so we're losing 3 morale. That's not too good because we do have some pretty bad levels of morale already. Okay, we made it. Good, and I am actually going to be taking this pork because you know me, I usually don't like to take the pork and the chicken because it does get rotten quite fast. But because we have so many units, I do believe they are going to be eating this too fast for it to matter at this point, and we are just going to be selling the rest of these pieces of loot here as well. There we are. Excellent. And anything else here? No. Ooh, that's not too good. Okay. Well, whatever the case, I think we are okay for the moment. I'm going to be making my way to Blazing Hand Temple, I think. But we are going to make a quick stop off at Uruma Castle, just so that we can place our newly acquired units in there. And as you can see, yes, we are losing a lot of our units now as well, because of the fact that we had that problem with the... Oh! Had that problem with the food, but... As you can see, the Kingdom of Vagias has declared war against the Order of the Blazing Hand. That's actually going to bode quite well for us, I do believe, because if the Vagias decide to siege Blazing Hand Temple, then as a result, it's going to be vastly weakened, and we might have a very good chance of being able to take it a little earlier than I had anticipated. Because we have so many Inquisitors already, and I think we might be able to pull it off, but I'm not going to take any chances, of course. We're just going to, you know, continue our leveling spree here. And we do have some additional infantry now, and they are obviously going to be leveled up into Inquisitors rather fast. So let's just see here. Are we still going to be losing morale? I hope not. But whatever the case, I will be cutting away once again, and I'll be heading back to Blazing Hand Temple, hopefully be able to get some additional food. Okay, so we have a rather peculiar situation going on here. Because of the declaration of war between the Kingdom of Vagias and the Blazing Hand, we have seen a siege against Kudan itself. As you can tell here, one of our vassals, or at least a couple of our vassals, I do believe, decided to siege Kudan. Now, I wasn't here, of course. I was just waiting for my morale to reset itself at Uruma Castle. As you can see here, it's now back at very high status. And lo and behold, they've actually done a huge amount of damage to Kudan. They have a lot of prisoners here for us to rescue as well, if we decide to head in, that is. As you can see, they have a Vedmak, they have some Hero monks, but that's pretty much it. They really don't have anything that can stand up against our army, but saying that, I do have quite a few dwarven fighters, foot dwarves, and various other low-level units, such as some Blazing Hand footmen and infantry. Now, I do believe we can take this, but do we want to? That is the main thing here, because... Just hear me out for a second. If we decide to take Blazing Hand Temple and revolt against Grandmaster Tenalia, which could work quite nicely, actually, I have to admit, but if we do decide to do that, or shall we say when we decide to do that, do we want to take Kudan from them as well? For example, at that point, the Blazing Hand is most likely going to have a lot of units in there, but if it is as easy to take this when the Blazing Hand have it, as it is to take the Blazing Hand Temple, then I think we should have no problem. So I suppose we really shouldn't worry too much, and I should just head in here and stop blabbing about everything. So let's head in and make our ladders. It's going to take 6 hours. Really? Are you serious? I cannot believe you, skeleton. Oh, really? You are just grinding my gears right now. Okay, well, let's see what we can do. Let us see what we can do. Let's try to get our blessings up here and try to get into some good positions. Really? I cannot believe that they decided to attack us right there. Goodness me. There's only 94 of them as well. What do they hope to accomplish by this? That is very strange. Okay, well, whatever the case, I am going to be heading over our lines here, blessing everyone I can, and hopefully we will have everyone absolutely destroying these skeletons. There we are. Okay, so I've used all my faith power, so unfortunately I'm not able to heal anymore, but I am able to turn undead still, so if I can, I would like to obviously head in there and try and do as much damage as I can, because as you saw in the beginning stages of this series, turn undead is an incredible ability, and I would hopefully be able to make it work. Maybe, again. Yeah, there we go. Take him down, take him down. I don't want to take any damage here, because if I do, then I'm going to have to heal, and it's going to be a bit difficult. Well, maybe not now, but yes. I did have a lot less faith power than I did just there, so that is definitely something to be careful of. Especially seeing as we're going to be heading into a nearby siege. I'm pretty sure that faith power will restore itself, but what if it didn't? What if it didn't restore itself? But yes, that would be terrible. Now, I think you did notice already that most of our companions got taken out in a pretty swift fashion, and I can only say that I'm rather glad that they went down rather than some of our, well, more useful units, should I say? Should I be insulting? But yes, Arquebus Dwarf right there was killed, and that is exactly what I mean. We don't want those guys being killed. We want them to survive long enough to help us out in the nearby siege, of course. So let's just go to Dawn. There we are, thank you. And now we can lead our soldiers in an assault. Do we want to call for a meeting with the castle commander? We could. No, okay. We could be successful there, but no such luck. I do believe we need a lot more units than them, and that's not going to work out too well here. So let's get all of our range units, our 20. Oh, okay, so we have actually a pretty reasonable amount of ranged units. That's not too bad. And we'll let all of our other units charge in here. I'm going to bless everyone I can. Of course, all of our companions are just going to get knocked unconscious. I'm going to try and heal people as much as I can. Try and practice for when we actually do attack the Blazing Hand Temple. I would like to do that. And I am pretty sure we'll be able to get up here pretty easily. I don't think we should have any issues whatsoever, considering we have so many Dwarven Paragons. We have quite a few Arquebus Master Dwarves. They are very good. Endel is proving himself to be very useful, as well as Marnid and Ninok. They're doing an excellent job. And now I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to fall off this ladder. As you can see, we're on the edge. We are very, very close to being pushed off the edge here. Just trying to heal as much as I can. I'm not entirely sure about the radius on the heal, so I'm a little bit worried about that, I have to admit. Now, of course, I am doing this out of, well, I would like to be able to have control over how many units are in the garrison here, so maybe, just maybe, in the next episode, I do believe we might have an opportunity to revolt against Grandmaster Tenalia, because if we decide to say that we want this, so we'll say to her, hey, can you give me this fief? And then she's like, no, you know, then we might have a good chance at revolting, because at that point I think I'll probably have enough Inquisitors to be able to head in against... Okay, don't say anything. I already know. That was terrible. But yes. If, as I was saying, if that does indeed happen, then we will be able to keep all of our fiefs. So we'll be able to keep Yuruma Castle, we'll be able to keep Kudan, if that is indeed the case at the time. And then as a result, we'll be at war against the Blazing Hand. And they're also at war against the Vagias. So, if we are lucky, I will be able, and should I say we will be able, to siege the Blazing Hand Temple and have no problems whatsoever in taking it, because we will have a large amount... Why did I take Tega Bandits? We'll have a large amount of Inquisitors to help us out there. So let's take the Blazing Hand Squire. Let's take... what else? That's a little bit difficult, isn't it? Well, I suppose we should take a mercenary mage, even though it's probably not going to do much. Calradian infantry is fine. Vagias skirmishers, not really going to help us out too much, is it? Peasant women. And... Sea Raiders? No, let's just take the farmers and that will be it. Okay. And what else do we want to take here? Well, I'll take as many of these as I can, I suppose. There we are. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's take the loot. And this is the pinnacle moment. Do we want to request that Kudan be awarded to us? I do believe we do, because then, if she doesn't award it to us, we have good cause to revolt. And at that point, we'll have enough Inquisitors, and we'll be able to head in there. So let's do that. There we go. Thank you very much. And we can now gain even more Inquisitors. 2 Inquisitors only, really? Okay. I was hoping for a little bit more than that, but what can you do? Let's get some more Dwarven Fighters, more Dwarven Champions, some Camp Followers, some Watchmen, and we also have some Huskarls and a Shaman too. So Endel was excellent in that particular bout, so let's give him some more strength, more power strike, make him even deadlier at close range. And Marnid, of course, he is going to become our mage sooner rather than later, I hope. So let's improve his magic defense, and we'll get him some more in intelligence as well. That is good. And there we have it. Okay, so without further ado, I will be ending this episode off here, and next time on Phantasy Calradia, I do believe if Grandmaster Tenalia does not decide to give Kudan to us, then we will be revolting, and we will be seeing one of the largest sieges in this entire series so far. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.